presenting Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn and John Bellman. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I thank you very much. Here we go. We welcome you one and all to the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. This is the marriage of two of your favorite TV games. I'll be hosting Match Game.
And later on, I'm going to be hosting Hollywood Squares.
Why don't we get to work and do that right?
Good idea.
Would you have a seat over here, John, please, while I say hello, stars.
Hello,
Mr.
Mr.
Rayburn.
Rayburn.
How are you?
Hello.
Mr. Rayburn.
Mr. Rayburn.
You may call me Gene.
Thank you, Mr. Gene.
All right. Nice to see all of your bodies.
Thank
You're
you.
beautiful.
Some of the bodies is nice to see more than the other ones, isn't it?
That's right. Yes. Well, these two over here.
Depends on your point of view.
Yes.
Well, you're all lovely. And now that I've greeted you, let's give a warm greeting to our two contestants over here, Laurie Gauze and David Bentley. Yes. Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Laurie, we'd like to find out a little bit about you, if you please.
Okay, I'm Lori Guys. I'm from Hemet, California. I have 2 children, and in Hemet, I'm a health instructor.
Really?
Yes.
Is it hot in Hemet?
It's hot.
It is hot. Well, we hope you are hot here in this game and win some money here. David, welcome to you. Tell us about you, please.
Hi, Gene. I'm David Bentley. I'm single. I live in Los Angeles, and I'm currently involved in co-producing educational films.
That sounds like a worthwhile venture.
Thank you.
And may I point out to you as we begin here that on Match Game, each of you will have an opportunity to match as many of our celebrities as you possibly can. We play 3 rounds. The contestant who has matched the most celebrities at the end of the game will go on to challenge our returning champion on Hollywood Squares and for a chance to win up to $30,000. Laurie won the toss, so we're going to ask her to go first. You have a selection here of A or B.
We'll go with B.
B it is. So, Laurie, we're off and running. Norm said, it's time to start worrying about your teenage son when he tells you he wants to be a blank when he grows up. That's the time to worry about your teenage son when he says, I want to...
Have you ever been to Hemet?
Yeah, I've been to Hemet. It's real hot in Hemet. An hour later, too. Hour later. Time to start worrying about your teenage son when he tells you he wants to be a blank when he grows up, right? I think that's a good answer. It is. Back here. All right. Okay. As long as you're all lit up. That's the idea here. Laurie, Norm said it's time to start worrying about your teenage son when he tells you he wants to be a blank when he grows up.
Let's try a model.
A model? A model? A model.
I'll try one.
You want to try a model? All right. All right, Jimmy. She says model.
There's a lot of male models.
Sure.
You think they're all a little, named too. There's Bill Jones and there's John Smith. Anyway,
George Hamilton started as a
George Hamilton thought it was a model.
Go, Jimmy.
I figured because maybe he was in trouble. I figured that maybe you're in trouble when he wants to become a rockette.
A rockette.
Yes, a rockette is
You start worrying about your teenage son when he tells you he wants to be a blank when he grows up. And she said model. And I said girl. A girl. All right. All right, 2 good answers. No awing. Those are good answers. Those are all the good answers. Twyla?
Now, I'll be a little more realistic. However, I am a model. But let's see. How about rock star?
A rock star. Right. There is nothing wrong with being a model, is there?
No.
All right.
Nothing wrong with being a girl, really, if you think about it.
Nothing wrong with being Twyla Little. People enjoy it. Time to start worrying about your teenage son when he tells you he wants to be a model when he grows up, according to Laurie.
Well, I would have matched Phil Proctor's answer, girl, but I figured he had grown up and become a woman.
A woman.
I don't have an answer now. They've given all my answers. I figured that the worst thing that could possibly happen to a father have his son grow up to be an unemployed person.
Unemployed person. And continuing to live at home. Right. That's okay. Yeah.
They agree?
Kind of like a blank.
Allison, what do you have to say about
Well,
this?
I think that unemployed or a rock star probably isn't too bad, but if your son says he wants to grow up to be a woman,
Then you know you're in trouble. All right, Laurie. You had a good response. We had some good responses there, too, but no match for you so far. David, let's see what we've got for you. George has no class.
kidding.
No. When the waiter brought the finger bowl, he used it to wash his flame. Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
That's a French fella, yeah.
Here we go. George has no class. When the waiter brought the finger bowl, he used it to wash his feet. His feet. I think that's a good response, David. Not bad. Jimmy?
What is that feet, don't they?
Right.
Well, I figure the lowest, horriblest thing you can do would be to wash your hair. Real bad. Lemon hair thing like they have. Those lemon things they do.
Yes, squeeze a little lemon in the finger bowl.
Lemon hair, squeeze it.
All right,
Well,
Bill.
you know, this happens in French restaurants, the good restaurants, and it's always good to clean your palate before you eat. So I said he cleaned his tongue.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if we want to go on with this, do we? All
I
right.
don't know, because I have a feeling that I have no class either. I said wash your mouth out.
Wash your mouth out.
Kind of the same.
All right. Well, no, the object of the game is not determining whether you have class or not, Twilight. It's this guy, George over here. He's the one. What do you say? No class. When the waiter brought the finger bowl, he used it to wash his.
I tried to think of all the things I could possibly spill on, and I thought this was one of the most likely. His tie.
He used it to wash his tie. Yeah. All right. Skip, what do you say?
Well, I got worse than that. I don't know if this is class or not, but he used it to wash his underwear.
Uh-huh.
That's low.
Is that low? That's pretty low,
Pretty D class A, if you ask me.
Far down as a sock, though.
You're sitting down there.
That's right. Lower. Allison?
And as you move lower and lower down the body, well, it's not feet, but it's real close. Soft?
Son.
We got the laundry done.
All right. Well, there you are. No match so far for either Laurie or for David. That's the end of round one. Round two will be up in a moment or so. But first, we want you to watch these messages. Round two. Thank you all. We finished round one. As you can plainly see, we've got a tough battle going here. Zip to zip is the score. And since it's tied, Laurie went first last time, so David will ask you to go first this time. A or B, if you please. Let's go with B. B it is for you. B says, Mean Minnie. Mean Minnie.
Yeah.
Is such a... Wait a minute. We got to tell you how mean she is. Get your own show. Mean Minnie is such a rotten mother, she didn't abandon her baby on a doorstep. She left him on the blaine.
I think I got it.
It's a long answer.
It is?
It's not the wrong answer, but it's a long answer.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. All right, David. Mean Minnie is such a rotten mother, she didn't abandon her baby on a doorstep. She left him on the blaine. On the street. On the street.
Ooh, mean street.
What street was that?
It was the Slaughter North ramp.
And moving down the freeway.
All right.
What's the street?
Yeah, street is the answer.
I said curve, which has to be the correct answer, of course, no doubt about it.
Sorry. No. Now, wait a minute.
Get out of here.
He knows it's quiet. Go back to your seat. Get me the whip out here. Now, the curb is close to the street, Jimmy, but it is not exactly the
I
street.
can't deal with it. Come on,
Please. My train of thought was, of course, more like the 3rd Avenue L, which they tore down. I said she was so mean she left her baby on the delivery room table.
That would be mean. That's
Now, I think mine is even more mean. I said the hospital floor.
Oh, that was a mean mother. I don't know whether we wanted her to be that mean or not. Mean Minnie, a rotten mother, didn't abandon her baby on a doorstep. She left him on the, well, she's in the gutter.
Closer to the street, can you guess?
Now, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on now.
This is a brand new show, isn't it?
That's right.
Are they going to give away any money at all?
We're trying not to.
I had the same weird thought that the person up above me had the operating table. Bill, I think you should give him some money anyway.
Well, we will try and work that out. It's a low-budget show, Skip. Allison, what have you got for us?
Well, curbs and gutters, that's fairly cruel, but I figure if you really want to be mean, you leave your baby on the freeway.
Oh.
It's a street.
I sure hope you have a nice parting gift. There is one. That was a match.
That's a match, and Curve is not a match.
Cutter is not a match. Now, hold on. Now, wait a minute. Maybe we can appeal to the judges and reason with them.
No, there's no reasoning with it.
The gutter, which is on this side, see, if this was a curve right here, you see. And this is a street right here. And so the curve is here. The gutter would be right here. Curve, I understand, but we lost.
Hey, the Nichols brothers are working again.
All right, one for David. Let's see what we've got for Laurie. Goes. Harry said, the doctors who performed my heart transplant were really immature. In the middle of my operation, I woke up, and they were playing blank with my heart. Immature surgeons.
I want to talk to those judges privately.
Dye your hair blonde.
All right, Skip, you ready?
Well, I'll just have to do this.
Put that in the slot there. We'll go to Laurie. Harry said the doctors who performed my heart transplant were really immature. In the middle of my operation, I woke up, and they were playing blank with my heart.
Catch.
Playing catch. Very good. I think that's good. Playing catch.
Good answer. I said, Curve. No. No, I said, you're probably not a match. I maybe have to go to the judges. Catch, maybe we can get a match on this. Maybe. Hey, Laurie. Hey.
What have you got for us, Phil?
I said a cat. I mean, cat. Cat.
Laurie, we're on a roll now.
Well, I'm way off, Dave.
Are you?
I said tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe. We're going to play that a little bit later.
I get it.
I like people with those guys are
2-1 for Laurie. The doctors were immature. In the middle of my heart transplant operation, I woke up and they were playing catch with my heart, according to Laurie.
Well, this is the game I used to play in the gutter when I was
Standing on the curve,
an immature child in New York City. Punch ball.
Punch ball.
You wouldn't want to.
All right. No names there.
Well, I figured that these doctors were not only, they were a little bit sadistic. They were only playing catch, they're playing keep away.
Keep away.
That close, that's catch. Without a one.
Yeah.
Funny, but you know how to keep away is catch.
Got a match. No. No, that's part of it.
That worked as a match for me.
Here we go with Allison.
Well, I thought since it was so immature, I tried to go for the dumbest game I could come up with. It was hot potato.
Hot potato. All right.
Pick that too.
So there we are, 2-1. Laurie is ahead, and that's the end of round 2. We'll go to round 3, the final round, right after this. Now, Laurie, you're ahead. 2-1. That means you go first. A or B?
Let's go with A.
A it is. A says, Farmer Joe said, my cow is really stubborn. Everything I tell it goes in one ear and out the blank.
We can have a good time up here, old man.
Right? Ready, Twilight? All right, Laurie. Farmer Joe said, my cow... Skip.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You have to push it all the way in.
All the way in, I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right.
All the way in.
You know about that? Yes, I
Farmer Joe said, my cow
I'm not going to. No.
is really stubborn.
No. I didn't say a word. Standards and practices are here.
No. That will happen.
Hello, standards. Hello, practices.
One show on the air at a time, if you please. My cow is really stubborn. Everything I tell it goes in one ear and out the blank.
Tail end. Obvious. Too obvious.
Laurie? What was the other thing?
Out the other.
Out the other?
Yeah.
She thought the popular answer was out the other. All right. Twyla, what do you say? I tell it goes in one ear and out the...
I don't think I said that.
You didn't?
I said milk.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. When you look like Twyla, you can get away with those dumb answers. That's good. All right.
She's celeb.
All right.
That doesn't even
Here
rhyme.
we go, John. Everything I tell you goes in one ear and out the...
I believe this is the definitive answer. The udder.
Right. Out the udder.
I like this idea of putting two game shows together, because we're putting our shows together, too. It's called Real Incredible People. I don't know exactly how you spell this, but it's out the udder.
Not like
Yeah.
that.
Like that. Well, that's
We would have allowed that if she had said udder. Allison?
It's a cow, you know, goes moo and it's
Udder.
boo.
Well, Laurie, you had a lock on it, and now you've given David a chance to creep up on you here. He's still behind, 2-1.
Never
Let's
get
see
David
what
a chance to creep up on you, too.
Right.
I found that out, Jeff.
The teacher said, I knew little Louie would grow up to be a crook. Whenever he wanted my attention, he'd hold up a blank. You would understand that. Allison doesn't play this round because she matched David in the previous round.
I like that theme music. It's got a little rhythm to it.
Yes.
Man, brother.
All right, Twyla's ready, so David, we come to you. The teacher said, I knew little Louie would grow up to be a crook. Whenever he wanted my attention, he'd hold up a blank. He'd hold up a bank. He'd hold up a bank. All right. David, you need 1 to tie and 2 to win. He needs 1 to tie and 2 to win. Jimmy, what do you
The
say?
thing about this question is there was 2 excellent answers. And me and David were thinking along the same line. Only he came up with the other excellent answer. I said student.
Hold up a student.
That's right. All right.
I think the judges are going to have to get ready for another gutter fight, frankly. But I said piggy bank. Score is tied. 2-2. One more match, and David wins the game.
Well, I thought since he probably wasn't old enough to go out of the neighborhood, that he would hold up the neighbors.
Hold up the neighbors. Yeah, that's a good response. All right, 2-2.
They go on the curb and drink some milk. Yeah.
I knew little Louie would grow up to be a crook. Whenever he wanted my attention, he'd hold up a...
I'm sorry, I was in a different seat entirely, and my answer's in the gutter. I said a gun.
Hold up a gun. David's looking for a bank, Skip. What have you got for him?
I started out to say bank. I thought that would be funny.
Yeah.
And then I thought if you were going to rob a bank, you'd have to have a gun, like he did. So I didn't have it. But
The game ends in a tie. All right. Now we're going to go to our tiebreaker to find out which one our winner is. Here we go to the tiebreaker. I push this button with my magic finger, and there is the tie-breaking question. Here it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Blank, New Jersey. Blank, New Jersey. Now, in front of you, but out of sight of the panel, are 4 good answers to that question. We want you to pick what you think is the best answer by number. David, we'll begin with you. Don't say any words. Just give me a number.
number 1.
Number 1. All right, you got that. You hang on to that for a while. Now, you may pick an answer from the remaining ones, if you please.
Number 3.
Number 3. You've got number 3. Now, I'm going over here, and I'm going to ask our celebrities to give us their best answer to blank, New Jersey. As soon as you hear the answer, which you have in front of you there, you've got to take a peek at it. You let me know loud and clear. This will be verbal responses from you, if you please. Jimmy, how do you fill in that blank? Blank, New Jersey.
You know where I'm from the South Bronx, but closest to the South Bronx is Newark.
Newark, New Jersey. Laurie Gause is our winner. All right, while she's making her way down here, we're going to thank David Bantley for being our guest here on Match Game. Many prizes for you coming your way. Thank you, David Bantley. All right. Now it's time to switch to Hollywood Squares, and look at that marvelous piece of furniture coming in here. There it is. We're going to bring on 3 more celebrities. I'm going to trade places with John Bauman, the host of Hollywood Squares. So don't go away. We'll be right back for lots more excitement.
A member of our studio audience will receive play cards, stylish video cassette recorder combines the convenience of front loading with the performance of a true track 4-head system furnished by Quasar. And some of our departing contestants will receive West End Stir Crazy Automatic Caramel Corn Maker. Fast and easy to use because it stirs itself to great tasting popcorn, caramel corn, or cheese corn. See everything you can do with Mary Kay Cosmetics, Skincare, and Glamour Cosmetics presents to you and your home by trained beauty consultants, Mary Kay Cosmetics. New Hager jeans. Now the fit, comfort, and styling you expect from Hager can help you look and feel your best even when you're wearing jeans. Through the snow
Silverstone on Steel by Beijing. Easier food removal, faster cleanup. Silverstone on Steel by Beijing. The crowning touch from bakeware today. Clothing by Adobe. Care your special feelings with Care Bears Kids Wear. All over the Care Bears in soft, lovable style. Care Bears Kids Wear by Adobe. And now, it's time for more of the match game. Hollywood Square. Our win. From We've Got It Made, Tom Ballard. Harvey Benson. Bill Daly. And taking over, the star of Hollywood Square, John Bowman. And we'll be right back. Welcome to the second half of the match game, Hollywood Square's hour. Now I have with me Stacy Gause, who has just won the match game contest and is now ready to take on our returning champion in Hollywood Squares. Let's get right into action. Here we go. Now, since this is our very first show, we don't actually have a returning champion. So before the show, we drew lots, and Stacy Turner won. Welcome to you, Stacy.
Thank you.
Listen, if you play well enough, you might get to be our real champion. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm from Independence, Missouri, and I recently graduated.
Show me.
I recently graduated from Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, and majored in drama, and came out here to find my fortune.
Well, terrific. This is a good place for it because you could find your fortune after we play Hollywood Squares. We're going to play Hollywood Squares until you hear the time's up bell. Whoever is ahead at that time is the winner. Goes on to play Super Match for up to $30,000. They want it. Okay, our first game is worth $100 plus $25 for every square that you capture. Our champion gets to start. Stacy, pick a square. Let's go.
Pick Tom Ballard.
Tom Ballard.
On the spot. I'm ready.
Attaboy. According to the Kinsey Institute, Tom, who is more likely to make love with his clothes on? A man with a college education or a man with only a high school education? You can poll our panel if you like.
A man with a college education.
Okay. Tom says a man with a college education is more likely to make love with his clothes on. Agree or disagree, Stacy?
I disagree.
It's a man with a high school education. You are right to disagree. You get the first square.
I'd take off that suit if I were him, actually. The real answer is a man in a hurry.
I don't see how that is.
Okay, you're off to a good start, Stacy. Lori, your chance to get on the board.
Okay, let's go with Twyla.
Oh, thank you.
I'd love to go with Twyla. Twyla. Wouldn't you all? In a recent 17 magazine poll, Twyla, the majority of teenage girls said that going there was the ideal date. Going where?
Homecoming dance.
Okay, so she says going to the homecoming dance was the ideal date. Agree or disagree, Lori?
I'll disagree.
The answer is to the movies. You are right to disagree, and you get the square and $25. Yeah. Well, you can't go to the homecoming dance that often, most likely. That's probably
But
the
it is
point.
a great day.
Hell of a day. Stacy, you're out.
Phil Foster, please.
Philip. You have all heard the children's song, Pop Goes the Weasel. Speak for yourself. I just read what's on the card. Does the term Pop Goes the Weasel mean?
I just heard the weasel go pop. Did you hear that? Go ahead.
Does the term Pop Goes the Weasel mean taking something to a pawn shop or hitting a rodent with a stick?
No, it means taking something to a shop.
Bill says that Pop Goes the Weasel means taking something to a pawn shop. You going to agree or disagree with that, Stacy?
I disagree.
The answer is taking something to a pawn shop. No, you should have agreed. Your opponent gets the square.
You know.
Lori Gause, take a good look at the board. Tell me where you would like to go. This is a good spot.
Julie Walker to win.
I'm a winner already? No, you're not winning. What? Did I get the 30 grand? No. Thank you. Oh, you won 3. Wow. What a prize.
Now, Lori may be a winner if you can get through this question, Jimmy.
Let's get through it.
According to the book, Singles, The New American,
That's me, Mr. America.
Are newly divorced women more likely to lose weight or to gain weight?
Wow. Well, they may have gotten divorced because they were too chubby anyway. Well, some people are a little overweight. There's nothing I can do about that. I myself, I'm very slim and trim. I buy most of my clothes at Beverly Hills at a store called Mr. Pencil. Can you see it? But I would say when women get divorced, they're very gun-ho to change their lives, change their hair, get a new nose, get new things happening in their lives. So they go to the gym and they meet guys and they do things so they lose weight.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think Jimmy said that they're more likely, newly divorced women are more likely to lose weight. This is for the game, Laurie. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm going to agree.
And the answer is lose weight. You're right to agree, and you win the game. Well done, Laurie. You won the game. You won $100 with the squares you had up there. That gives you $175 so far. And we will be back to play our $200 game right after this. Stick with us.
JT, for more of the next game. Hollywood Squares, ours. Now, back to John Bauman at the Hollywood Squares.
Thank you. Okay, welcome back. Our next game is going to be worth $200 plus $25 for every square that you capture. Now, the last game was won by Laurie Dawes, so Stacey Turner, pick a star.
Bill Days.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. I bought this coat and everything. I'm glad I got on.
Bill is underwhelmed. Bill, who is the author of the book titled Explaining China? Is it Richard Nixon or Steve Allen?
China. Let me see. Steve wrote a book. He wrote a thing on China. You know, come to think about it, I emceed the Steve Allen show. It was discovered by him, and I lived at his house for 6 weeks while he went to China and wrote the book. It was definitely Steve Allen.
Okay.
But thank you for picking me up. It's so nice.
So Bill Daly says that Steve Allen wrote the book Explaining China. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Steve Allen it is. You are right to agree, and you get the square. And $25. That was true.
It wasn't about
Awfully convincing.
No, really, honest.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Okay, Laurie, where would you like to go?
Okay, let's go with Jimmy again.
Yay! Yippee!
Many women have tried to go with Jimmy. You have failed. Okay, Jimmy. Which is bigger, an average ostrich egg or a Mr. T's head?
Well, you know, Mr. T is my man. You know, I can't talk about T. You know, he's brother man. You know, if something happened to T, I'm going on the T team. I don't want to take no shots. Let me see. Mr. T's head on ostrich egg. That's an interesting thing. Now, see, it looks like some obvious things. That's why I have to go against the obvious and go more with a Rambocho answer, which is more correcto. Here we go again.
Do you have an answer? A Rambocho correcto answer?
Ostrich egg, because the obvious answer would be to get on my man Mr. T with the mohawk.
Okay. Jimmy Walker says that an ostrich egg is in fact bigger than Mr. T's head. Agree or disagree,
I'm
Laurie?
going to agree with him.
The answer is Mr. T's head. You should have disagreed with your opponent just then.
You didn't say including the hair.
He took the measurements.
That's right.
Mrs. T. Okay, Stacy, take a look at the board and pick a star.
Bill Proctor, please.
Still in the middle.
Bill. Still in the middle. That's right.
Which British... wasn't meant to be, and it wasn't. Which British rock group was once known as Johnny and the Moondogs?
A British... The Who? Oh, that's my answer.
I was waiting for you. Stacy, he says the Who was once known as Johnny and the Moondogs. Agree or...
Agree.
The answer is the Beatles. You're right to disagree, and you get another square.
Well, my first answer was the Beatles, but I didn't know it was really the Beatles.
Hey, that's why I like doing the show. I learn something new every time.
It's true, education.
Laurie Dawes, where would you like to go? Take a good look at this.
G. Mayburn's block.
Wow. All right. Now, if you get this question correct, you will block. However, should you miss this question, Stacy will get an X and win the game. Also, I have to point out that although Gene Rayburn is the host of the match game portion of our show, he has never seen any of the Hollywood Squares questions.
And vice versa.
I I've never seen you the match game question.
Little touch of humor there.
Just kidding. I came in late. I knew we'd never get away with all that, yes, but it's all true. Gene is the longest-running musical in Broadway history. It is the longest-running musical in Broadway history. What show is it?
I tell you, I've been a fan of that show from day one. I've seen it 7 times. I saw it in London. I saw it in Los Angeles. Saw it 5 times. I've seen it 7 times altogether. It's The Chorus Line.
He says it's A Chorus Line.
I will agree.
The answer is A Chorus Line. You're right to agree, and you get the block. Well, we've got a pretty hot game going here. We're going to be back to finish it right after this. The score is 200 for Lori so far, 100 for Stacy. However, Stacy, it's your turn at bat, and you have a critical game situation. Where would you like to go?
Twyla Littleton, please.
Twyla Littleton for a game win. Let's win. You're a dog. Yes. Boy, did they put this question in the wrong place. Well, look, it just says you're a dog, and your nose is cold and wet.
Well, that part's true. Yeah, her nose is cold and wet.
Does this mean that you are healthy, or does it mean nothing at all?
There's a question, and it definitely means that you are very healthy as a dog.
Okay, so Twyla
Not
says,
you personally, and not me personally, but if you are a dog, yes, definitely.
Twyla says that if the dog's nose is cold and wet, it means that the dog is healthy. Agree or disagree, Stacy, for the game? She agrees. Well, the answer is that it means nothing at all. Now, you should have just... Okay. Right. Lori Dog. Lori Dog, spark me a star.
You ever live on a farm?
Okay, Skipper.
You ever get cold nose?
We didn't have farm.
Well, they do now, though.
Hey, you're right on the subject. Where would you find more pigs, in Iowa or in Hawaii?
There's a discotheque down on Lankerson Boulevard. That'd be nice.
Not one of your choices.
No.
Iowa or Hawaii?
You find more pigs in Iowa or Hawaii? On the island of Hawaii.
Okay, so Skip says it's Hawaii. Do you agree or disagree with Hawaii, Lori?
I think I'll disagree.
The answer is Iowa. You're right to disagree, and you get the square.
Mr. Nebraska, huh?
Wow.
Hawaii's in Iowa, hello, farm boy.
Come back with a vengeance, Stacy. Take a good look at the board and tell me where you'd like to move.
Allison Armstrong, the block, please.
Arden Grimm.
I could have told you that. Just if you get this right, you will block. However, if you don't, Lori will get the square and win the game. Allison, you are going through the change of life.
I beg your pardon. I'm 21 years old.
You're a dog. Come on.
Anyway, the answer. You're going through the change of life, Allison, and you're having a hot flash.
And a cold nose.
Now, you are probably going to feel heat around what 3 parts of your body? We're going to give you 2 of them.
That is a hot flash.
You're going to be ahead of the game
How
on the
long
hot
does it
flash.
last?
Okay, 2 of the parts are your face and your neck. What's the 3rd place?
Watch it.
Where do I usually get a hot flash? My face, my neck?
Probably Iowa.
Let me see.
Well, it's not you. It's somebody who's going through change of
I
life.
don't know. That felt pretty good.
The wrist. Now, what?
Okay, so Allison says that the 3 places are the face, the neck, and hers is the wrist. Agree or disagree, Stacy?
I disagree.
The answer is your chest. You were right to disagree, and you get the square. Lori, it is your turn up. Now, I might point out to you that Stacy, your opponent, has 4 X's. If someone gets 5 of their respective symbols during our game, they will win the game. That means that if you miss this question, she will get another X and take the game.
Hello? School's out. Yay!
Forget all of that, because that bell means the time is up. With $250, Lori Dodge, you're our winner. Whoa. So close. Okay, congratulations, Lori. Why don't you go over there and get set for your shot at the big money? Stacy. $5 and with us. Thank you. Such a good contestant on Match Game Hollywood Square. Thank you. And now, Rager.
Thank you, John. Congratulations to our champion here. We'll be back with our 9 celebrities and the big money right after this. With our current champion, Laurie. She's very excited about it. It's time now for the big money super match where you can win up to $30,000. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. We polled a recent studio audience, Laurie, and we said, give us your best answer to this. Ronald Blank. Now, the top answer is worth $1,000. The second most popular answer is worth $500. And the third answer, $250. You can enlist the aid of any 3 of our 9 celebrities to give you suggestions. Who do you want to call on first?
Let's go with Jimmy.
Of course, and why not? See, my main man and my number 1 cat, a cat who's been leading the country in many wonderful things, Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald. All right. Okay, no. Who else do you want?
John?
John, this is the guy that makes hamburger, well, actually mincemeat out of everything, Ronald Reagan.
All right. That's 2.
Allison.
Ronald McDonald, Ronald Reagan. I was thinking of that. The only other Ronald that I know of, and I guess you know him too, Ronald Coleman.
Ronald Coleman, a wonderful motion picture star of yesteryear. Right. Yeah. All right, so Ronald McDonald, Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Coleman. You may choose one of those now, or you may think up one of your own and use that. Think up one of your own. Go ahead. No.
Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald. All right, let's find out how you did. We're going to see if Ronald McDonald is up there, and if so, where. Let's go down to the bottom and reveal a $250 response. Ronald Coleman. I told you. Very good, Allison. All right, let's take a look at the $500 response. Ronald McDonald. That's your answer. That gives you $500. Now, just, what do you think is under the big one? What if it wasn't? Reagan. All right, let's slide it. Oh, Reagan. Okay. Now, so far, you have $500. There it is, $500 up there. Now, you're going to play the head-to-head match with any star of your choosing here. Each star has in front of him a hidden number, a 10, a 20, a 30. If you pick a star with a 10, we'll multiply your money by 10. If your star has a 20, we'll multiply your money by 20. And there is one star up there with a 30. And if you pick him or her, you'll play for 30 times that amount. Okay, time to make your pick.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Jimmy, she's chosen you, and that means I ask you now to see your hidden number. Go. Go. A 10. All right, it's a 10. That means you're playing the head-to-head for, let's hit it, 10 times that amount, or $5,000.
Let's hit it. All right.
Now, you face me if you would, please. Jimmy, you're going to write your answer to this, if you would, please. Here it is. Share the blank. Share the blank. All right, Maury. Jimmy is ready. Your job is to match him. What do you put in that blank to collect that whole bundle there of $5,000?
Money's on my mind, so let's go share the money.
Share the money. All right, Jimmy, she says share the money will match you for $5,000. What do you say?
Almost something close to share the wealth.
Share the wealth is a very good response. Share the money was also good. Well, listen, it's not a total loss because you're going to play another game. You're going to come back as the reigning champion, and you already have $750, which is yours for sure for keeps. Congratulations to you very much, Laurie. All right. We'll be back in a moment or so, right after these messages for you.
If you would like to be a contestant on the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour, just send your postcard to contestant. The Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour, 6430 Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, California, 90028.
All right. Here we're standing with our reigning champion. She'll be back to play again tomorrow. She's got $750 now. And she and I and John are curious as to where the big number is. Which celebrity had the 30? Would you
go over and pull my own. I'll pull
John, would you go over there and reveal yours? John had a 10, 10, 20. Bill Daly had the 30.
I got 30,000?
Yeah.
You get the card, Bill.
Listen, there's one thing I got to say, Barbie. I'm sorry that you were not called out, but that's the way this game goes.
Yes.
John,
We'll call on her
should we
later.
pay her anyway?
in our room,
I
we're
say
calling
yes.
on her.
See, we're going to pay you anyway, even though you didn't get the chance to work today. But there's one thing, since Steve Allen was the subject of one of the questions earlier, there are two gentlemen on the panel who imitate his laughter. May we hear them one at a time? Bill, would you like to go first? Steve Allen, can we just hold the music up for a second? One more time, Bill. Thank you, Steve Allen. Phil. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you all. That ends today's session of the Match Game Hollywood Square Hour. We'll be back tomorrow with our champion here and all 9 celebrities. I'll be here for the Match Game.
And I'll be here for the Hollywood Squares.
So long to the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour.
Goodbye.
A member of our studio audience will receive a Roper Easy Touch microwave oven featuring computerized cooking with 3 memory levels. Lets you automatically program exactly the right temperature, power, and cooking time for any food. Furnished by Roper. And some of our departing contestants will receive Sidewalk Motocross Fun by Headstrom. Knobby tires, mag wheels on a 16-inch bike from Headstrom. We put fun on wheels. Uncle Ben's International Flavored Rice with chicken beef. Courage and feel out when only the best will do. Say Uncle Ben's. Parlinex Smoke Grab, a no-smoke ashtray automatically helps trap smoke, milder than cigarettes or cigars on ashtrays. 20 routine borax, an excellent for pressing and cleaning all the family wash, and it's handy for many household cleaning chores. Equal is the revolutionary low-calorie treatment with a natural taste of sugar with no factor, no bitter aftertaste. Furnished by Equal.